Today I'm with Chris DePaola at the Belleclare Nursery in Plainview, New York. Chris and his brother Bill grow the most beautiful fig trees and 85 different varieties. Why don't you tell us about this tree, because that really pertains to your dad.
This tree here was a sport which became a weeping Italian everbearing. It's a variety that's very sweet, purple-brown,
yes,
delicious.
And large. May I pick one just to show what it looks
Sure.
like inside? This is a very beautiful fig. Break it open. It's very nice. Probably could have stayed on a couple more days, huh?
But it tastes good.
It does look awfully good. So this was your dad's tree, and
That's
you call
one
it a
of Pop's
sport
tree.
when it does an odd growing habit.
Right, it just refuses to grow up straight. It's a weeping form. And
But that's
she
a very
maintains.
beautiful thing for a
Gorgeous,
terrace.
Gorgeous. It's a focal point tree where you can place it.
Yes, but you have it placed here, and you don't let anybody
No, we don't
have
let
that
anybody
tree.
touch the figs at all.
How old would you say that tree
That one's
is?
30 years old.
It's very terrific shape.
One of two trees.
And this is another
Now,
one that's
this
your
is
dad's.
Pop's tree from Italy. We took the branch and we've been propagating it, and this is one of the ones that we have on the premises now. We use for a stock plant.
I see you must be doing some grafting
and we're
right
doing,
here.
as part of our propagation, we do some air layering,
This is okay.
which is a nice form of making the roots while the plants are still attached.
Yeah.
And then we also do cuttings in the traditional way with the soil. This is a nice Baresi white, which is a very, very popular amongst the Italians.
So are they easy to root?
Very easy to root.
Now you've been doing this for how many years here at the
I've been
nursery?
doing it for 40 years here, and basically how this all really got started with the pot culture. I was out in the backyard uncovering my trees, and this elderly gentleman, who we called the mayor of Bayville, I call him Cheech, he was sitting there, 82
Cheech?
years old, and he's smoking his Italian cheroots, and he's saying to me, he says, you know, there's a better way, he says, to grow these figs. He says, take them up out of the ground. He says, you got to put them in tubs and barrels. He says, you make a lot of holes in the bottom. He says, put the bark chips or stones
In the bottom?
in the bottom to
Yeah.
protect the drainage, and then you fill them up with nice, rich, mixed potting soil. Now you got to stand them on hard surface. You don't want the roots to come out the bottom of the pot. They got to stay inside. You got to control the action. I says, all right, Pop. I says, now, what do I do afterwards? He says, you set them on nice, level area, full sun. He says, you're going to water more, you're going to fertilize more, he says, but you're going to eat a lot of figs. The only thing is, he says, now when you cut, he says, naturally they make a lot of shoots coming from the bottom. He says, you got to take 1 or 2 shoots and cut the rest off. And I've been doing it ever since in pot culture.
Very good advice.
Excellent. 82 years old, and that was 37 years ago. We did it his way, and I'm very happy.
This beautiful tree has an awful lot of figs on it, and that's the second
yes, that's
crop.
the second crop.
I'd love to go and see some other varieties
Sure, let's go take a look.
and to look at everything that you have here at Belleclare.
Okay.
Well, these are very shapely trees. These are lovely, these very tall
These
trees.
are the Black Mission,
Oh,
and this is Royal Vineyard. You didn't taste this one
no,
yet.
I didn't taste that one yet. My hands are getting very full of figs. Cadota figs. This one's almost like honey. I mean, it's just that's the really, really ripe.
Really, really ripe. This one here is maybe about a day before, and she's got that candy sweet flavor.
Sweeter, but not like honey. This is the honey one.
Yeah.
And it's just another day.
When the honey actually leaks out of the eye of the fig.
So the bottom of the fig is called the eye.
Yeah, the ostiole, that's the eye. Fig is a hidden flower.
It's inside.
It's inverted.
This
It's inverted.
That's right. This is the inside of the flower.
This is the fruit right there.
Yeah.
That's the flower.
Yeah, but it's amazing. And that's why it's so nice to turn them inside out to eat them.
Oh, look at that.
Here's one that's just the way I remember it as a child.
This is a Malta.
That is exactly
That
the
is
fig that
just-
we had growing in the backyard. So I have to taste this one. Just like I remember. This beautiful, beautiful bright red.
That
Isn't that great?
That is some color. With growing figs, we want to try to get as much heat as we can on the days we get the heat, maximize it. So we use a black plastic. We used to use wood, but we've gotten away from wood.
Right.
However, with the lime, that came about strictly by accident.
So this whitish stuff on the top of
Yeah.
the pot is really granular
lime.
limestone.
And we came about that one year when I was potting up some tree roses, and I was working on top of a bench, and right next to it I had the fig trees, and I moved them over there, and I spilled lime on them.
Well, you rediscovered by accident something that's very important, because where did
true.
they come from? They came from limestone.
They came from limestone, and they're in their natural origins.
Right,
In Italy, they used to plant the trees on the side of the mountain in the spring when the rains used to erode the volcanic soil, and the lime would be underneath it, so they would plant right in that channel area tree, and they just loved it. They just loved it.
So they had their natural lime.
Right in their natural habitat.
So you have about like an inch
I would
of
say
lime?
about an inch, inch and a half.
What is this one?
This is an excellent one for pots. This is called Petite Negri.
It grows so nicely. I love this shrub-like growth.
It is a bushy type.
I'm looking for a ripe one. Does that one feel ripe enough?
Yeah, that one's making it. There we go. Look at the color inside that. Very
beautiful.
dark strawberry red.
It is so beautiful.
And the taste on it.
And juicy.
It has a little, it looks like a black mission, but the flavor is like night and day.
Very delicious. Each one of these figs that I've been eating is so different from the others.
They're like children. Each one has its own little characteristic, but I enjoy every bit of them.
Well, you know what? Before I eat any more figs, I would like to sit down with you, make out my list of what I would like to get, and have some prosciutto and figs and a glass of wine.
Why not?
That would be the greatest. Here's a little wine for you.
Thank you.
And this is the way that your father would enjoy figs in Formia. Where is Formia?
That's between Naples and Rome on the Gulf of Gaeta, right along the shore.
The saltiness of the prosciutto is excellent with the figs.
Very mild.
Very. So this is your like late day snack, lunch, whatever, right?
A couple times a day if I live up to it. It's delicious. That's the only way to enjoy it.
Okay, you guys, now that you've enjoyed your prosciutto and your figs, it's now time for dessert.
What a spectacular thing. Who made this? Did you,
My
Bill?
wife, Ernestine. No, I'm not that talented.
A cake fit for the kings of figs. Chris and Bill DiPaola, right here in Plainview, New York, at the Belleclare Nursery. You guys are the kings of figs, and I hope everybody really enjoys growing figs your way and succeeds. There's some wine for you,
Thank
and
you.
I am going to have a piece of this rum syrup, figs, and apricots.
Apricot.
Spectacular.